Well, alright then. Welcome back to Everspace. I'm Hupfen, and we are piloting the Solarium, which I'm pretty confident is a funk band from Southern California. But no matter, we'll take our shield booster and head on out the hangar. So, very quiet to start. We're going with medium just because like our last run we went light and it went okay by and large. It actually wasn't a bad run, but when you're playing light, once you're overwhelmed, like just instantly and quickly and redundantly, I guess. But we had like very little chance. Even trying to kind of, play our foes off of each other just did not work the way that we needed it to. So we kind of avoided doing the same thing here. We just went for it. Scattergun is bad. I don't like using the scattergun, and so I won't. Oh, you're a drone. You're destroyed. And now, so are you. And managed our first encounter without losing our shield, which for a moment there seemed a bit surprising. Gatling 40mm. So that's nice. Getting a lot more weapon blueprints, it feels like, which is probably a side effect of some of the boosting and stat stuff that we've been doing. Whoop. There are turrets here. So the stuff that we've been doing, with our credits in between runs. Because you get credits in between runs, and you can do with them what you please. And we're just gonna tank that a little bit. And then stop tanking it because our shields are starting to drop. Now our shields are coming back. And we have a Gatling gun. Problem solved. Yep, that should be all of it. Got some plasma mines, some credits, some gel. Is this a thing we can interact with? No. Can we blow it up? Also no. You are a disappointment of a tower. Some plasma over here. Got some more baddies spawning in, from the looks of it. Some outlaws. All scouts. So, let's try to take care of them really quickly. And try not to use up all our missiles in the process, but using some is okay. We're getting resources out of the whole deal. We have a shield disruptor blueprint. Like I said, just getting lots of blueprints. That's pretty nice. When and if we'll be able to actually build them, who knows, but we're getting the blueprints. That's cool enough. And we'll get some more ore. We can build a couple light missiles. So we have shield boosters, we have plasma mines. Eventually we're going to figure out how to use plasma mines effectively, but right now is not that moment. And we're also taking a drone override because we saw last run. That is a good way to take care of a Corvette. Just getting close enough that you can steal all the drones. And if you don't have cloak, it's risky. It's totally risky. But if you can pull it off, you're a legend. And not in the Fire Festival sense. That was... There's just so many jokes around that thing that I'm not even comfortable making all of them. I actually know someone who worked at the company that, like... I won't say they worked at the company that put on the festival because they had nothing to do with the festival. Is, you know, this social app thing. They were just holding the festival because marketing and all that. And this guy, like, he was working on the app side of it. And of course the festival happened, he's like, well, don't really have a job anymore. So, that sucks. He got hired pretty quickly afterwards, so it's all well and good. Yeah, he had nothing to do with the festival being a total mess, so not pinning anything on him. Just, you get stuck in bad jobs sometimes, and you don't even really notice it until it's past tense. You know, you can be there and not even notice that it's bad, and then you leave, it's like, wow, that was garbage. And then you're just spending months of your life reevaluating, you know, your priorities and your sense of being able to witness and comprehend the world around you. It's totally common experience to doubt your sense of reality. Let's shoot some missiles at you. And take care of you as well. Could probably double up on the missiles on them, but you have a limited supply. No sense using them all up. Some ore. And some kind of ship below us. Doesn't quite look active. Oh, but it is. But it is. So, kind of glad we saved our missiles. Ooh, you shot our missile out of the sky. I should be impressed, but instead I'm mad. There we go, full up on fuel. So is this just like a thing on a rock, or like are there containers we can pop? Whoop. There are turrets. That's for sure. And now there aren't. You got a little like ridge in here. You know, like it's the Death Star. It's just some scrap and some fuel. But there's another one down in here. See, that's where the scattergun is useful. When it's like immediate short range. Anything even slightly longer is just... there's no point. We'll take up this plasma field really quick, and then we'll head on out. How are we doing on our resources overall? Scrap's good, gel's good. Crystal, gas, ore, plasma. We're okay. We could use more gas. If we could find some of that. But we don't really need that ore. We didn't really need that plasma all that much, but it was good to have. And we'll make our way down to the trader now that we've spent some of our credits unlocking perks, making progress, and one of those things was getting knowledge of where the trader is, which we can now take advantage of. Let's craft a bunch more missiles, because we're gonna want them.
This could be a sticky situation here.
Probably not. Pop 1. Pop 2. Knock down your shields. And your hull. And your hull, thank you. There's a processor, could have used that last run. The Ocker, that is a bit of a problem. Not a huge one, but a bit of one. That's actually all GMB stuff. It's not the trader, which we wanted. This is a pretty weird orbit. We're like right in the rings. Yeah, it's a little almost disorienting. If I'm being totally honest. Some mineable ore. I feel like there's gonna be some mineable gas, like right here. Yeah. So let's take this up. And yeah, we knew we would get noticed. So let's start this. Okay, that time the scattergun paid off. Let's get Gatling pulse scatter. We build a couple light missiles. I don't know, I'd rather hold off momentarily. There was another. Yep, there's multiple. This is not when we should be using the scattergun. Really, we should be using the Gatling gun, not even the pulse laser. That was a pretty close-up explosion. Now, I'm pretty sure I saw 2 ships, so where's the other one? Unless that was like Ocker versus Outlaw. In which case the absence makes plenty of sense. But where's the trader? That's what I'm more concerned about. There they are. I didn't see you over there. How's it going? You got some stuff for us? We got all this gas that we're mining, like directly above you. Close enough proximity that you probably don't care. So, we can give up some money for some dark matter, some compound for some plasma, some scrap for some compound. We'll buy some dark matter and some ore because that gets used a lot. And we'll even give up some scrap because we have a good surplus of it. And now what can we build? Well, a bunch of light missiles. We'll do that. Can build new consumables, but we will refrain. We can upgrade our primaries. This will give the Gatling more range. Could use that. So, yeah, we'll do that. Well, scattergun. Scatterguns do not need range. They're kind of not very good at distance stuff, excuse me. And there are more things, and this is a very blue field, so it's very hard to see where anything is. Plump. It's got a nice thud to it. Ah, some crystal. Okay, so that's the end of that. Now we got a lot more options. We can upgrade. God, we can do a lot of range mods. But we can also do shield damage mods, spread mods, fire rate mods. I think we want a fire rate on the Gatling gun, which used up a lot of our resources right away. But hey, our Gatling gun is kind of our principal primary. It's the one that we like to use the most. So, you know, keep that one sturdy, keep it in good shape, good power. And we'll just gather up resources now. It looks pretty quiet, which means the baddies are going to warp in any second now. And also means that a lot of what's around is probably guarded by mines, which is unfortunate. Not the worst thing, but certainly unfortunate. Some ore right here. Some mineable ore. I like the pre-mined stuff, but, you know, I can understand being a connoisseur of your ore. You know, as you do. That's a big rock with something in it. That's a service station. What's in the rock? A box. Except it's not quite in the rock. Yeah, it's outside the rock. Pulse laser plus plus. So it's got an energy consumption mod and a spread mod. We definitely want that over our existing one. And let's see what the service station has to offer. We don't need repairs, thankfully. I've actually got a good supply of nanobots to carry us forward. But perhaps there's more trading we can do. Yep. Coming in upside down. So we can get a lot of crystals, but we're giving up almost all of our compound. And I think we want compound. We don't need it for missiles, though. No, we would want the crystals more for that. We may actually want to do that. What about these options? Not much that wants compound. I'm a little surprised. Counteracts. We kind of want to save up for a jump stabilizer, though. If we can manage it, if we can get the dark energy, so like totally, let's do that. Yeah, these seem like, you know, some compound would be useful. But you know what? Let's do that trade. Let's make some crystal, and now loads of opportunities that we're not going to take advantage of mostly right now. We will do shield capacity mod just to kind of beef ourselves up a bit. Everything else we'll just hold on to what we got and you know, save our resources for later. It's a bit boring, a bit conservative, but you know, we're not very far into the run yet. We'll stick with the safe plays, plan for the future, and hopefully find some more fuel, because we're at 50%. We could stand to improve that. There's some plasma, some credits, and some outlaws. So we're gonna head over here and gather this before engaging with the enemy. Some money would be nice. Not getting a huge amount of loot, it doesn't feel like. Let's pop your missile. There we go. Use a few more missiles than I wanted to, but I think we'll be okay. We can always craft more. And by more, I mean one more. Hey, here's some gel. And here's some crystal. Is this the direction we were headed earlier? Kinda don't remember. We don't want to pop mines as we go along. Just out of an abundance of caution. Oh, there is a box. On the outside, it looks like. So we'll just take up some of this crystal. And, yeah. There are a couple boxes. I know, I know. I'm so interesting. We're so interesting. Drones are still pretty easy to handle. So, there we go. And, let's hit up that other container. What's in here? Just money. And, anything else? Any other ideas? No? Yes. Let's see what this cluster is all about. Hopefully, not use up all our energy getting over here. But, could be something. Could be nothing, but could be something. Oh.
Can make use of this.
Looks like the verdict is something. Not a whole lot of something, but it's not a whole lot of nothing. Wonder what would be just like a little bit of nothing. Like what's the not quite the opposite, because the opposite of a whole lot of nothing would be a whole lot of something. You know, be of a large quantity. Or I guess you could even argue like a little bit of something is the opposite of a whole lot of nothing. Anyway, this is why the English language is terrible, and we should all be speaking Klingon. We should not all be speaking Klingon. Actually, I know of someone who is fluent in Klingon, and it's kind of bizarre. I wouldn't say he's kind of bizarre, it's just the fact of it is kind of bizarre. So we'll get you taken care of. I said we'll get you taken care of. Making us spend our nanobots, sheesh. I think it's much better to use our Gatling gun in that situation. So we handled those two okay. They're 4, they're 6, they're 4. How do we want to handle the other enemies that are around? Because we really don't want to be taking them all on all at once. That would be bad. But I only see the one cluster now. So did the others leave? They get killed? I think it's more likely they got killed. So here we have a Mark II drone. Getting drones. Pretty easy. These are just basic scouts, so they're also pretty easy. Yeah, we'll spend our last missile on you. Get a flak cannon blueprint, shield breaker missiles. It's trying to hit us, but got a bad angle. So we can do that. On the other hand, this turret does not have a bad angle. And so we should kind of let our stuff charge, back up. Now you're gone. You're gone. And We were gonna take that hit, but our shields were full, so no real harm done. It's time to steal your precious crystals. Steal your power. Steal your sense of direction. Where are we? That's a rock. There's some gas here. So this is where we just exploded everything. There's a tech container. A damage limiter. Might as well... Actually, if we're only getting one scrap, might as well use it. Huh. Scattergun 2880. The special edition of the scattergun does not need to be charged. It has a high fire rate, but lower damage. I like that idea. It could make the scattergun more useful to us. And, some gas. I think that just, like, clipped through the rock effectively. Alright, alright. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's probably better than the regular version. I think that's safe to say. We can build more missiles. We can upgrade our weapons. We can bump the fire rate on this thing. We can bump the range. And we can tighten the spread. So that all feels good. And we can upgrade our shield to have even more capacity, but that's more energy consumption. And that's a concern. We can dip the energy consumption on weapon overdrive, which we've not been using. We need to remember to use that. We have it. We also have dark energy just floating out here, and that's disconcerting because that usually means there's a black hole. But I don't see any, so we'll nab it before the game changes its mind. And head into the plasma field, gather some more resources. Yeah, you, I kind of figured were on your way, but shield breaker missiles are good missiles. And we'll repeat the process just for completeness sake. Yeah, they just annihilate shields, almost as if that's what they were designed to do. Up. Missile turret. Yep, and then another missile turret. Now, we do have a little bit of hull damage going on, so we should get around to resolving that. Nice little chain reaction in here. But we got enough nanobots. I wouldn't say a good deal. Watch your head. And let's call it a day for this orbit, especially since the Yaku are coming. Bye-bye. We're not about to deal with them. We are gonna go deal with the traitor. And a suppressed jump. So got a couple of scouts, drones. We're gonna just jump right in, do what we can, use our weapon overdrive since we got it. That worked well. I also feel like No, the signal suppressor is this way? Is it on this thing? It's on this thing. The thing with all the mines around it. So... I'm just hoping that the scattergun could do literally anything. That seems like a big negative. Alright. We'll just have to be nice and careful. Nice and careful. There we go. Goodbye. Let's gather up some ore. What you got over there? An equipment transfer? Okay. It's like whatever. It's like just a little satisfying of a sound. It's like a nice thunk. Gotta appreciate when you can, you know, make good sounds in space. You gotta keep yourself occupied, keep yourself entertained. That's already blasted. That's blasted. This freighter wreck was trash. Let's gather up a little bit more crystal and then head to the trader. So the trader should have something more interesting than that freighter wreck, just by virtue of having something. Okay, we good. Yes, it is an 8-kilometer trek. It's a good time to pause and check our consumables. Can we build anything of interest? Not really. What just happened? Java is attempting to update in the middle of our run. I don't know if that messed with the video at all. It certainly like messed with my mind a little bit. It's like stuff's wigging out. We'll update Java later. You know, it's one of those just, it's a curse of technology. You have to deal with it. So we can get a bunch of processors. We want that. We get a bunch of missiles. We want that. Gotta take a time extender instead of a weapon overdrive? Nah. Damage booster. We would have to drop one of those. And we have a good amount of power cells, so I'd say we're okay. But yeah, the whole like, you have to upgrade software. You have to update it. It's the nature of the beast. But you know, I seriously appreciate, like, Google Chrome made it a thing where it's like it just updates for you. Don't think about it. Don't even like acknowledge that it's a thing that happens. Just, oh, your software is hopefully better now. Or at the bare least, at the bare minimum, at the very least, it's different. Got Ocker fighters, scan drones. That's not the weapon that we wanted. Okay. Shield booster. Weapon overdrive. Let's party. Got a ship color. An adaptive armor. Increases the ship's armor by a small percentage, effectively reducing any incoming damage. Let's take that instead of the sensor relay. Yeah, we'll take the ship color. We'll definitely take the credits. Those are always nice. And just some G&B stuff over there. Some outlaws way over here. And way over here. You know, it's not even worth building the missile. Just blast them out of the sky. Like it's nothing. These, on the other hand, yeah, we do. Where did you go? There did you go? Let's take out the elite. Take out the drone. Then take out the scout. Nicely done. And we get an access key. That's the one argument in favor of engaging elites. They drop access keys. Almost universally. That's the GMB, that's neutral. Nanobots in the electrical field. So, let's do quick repair. We need those nanobots. Clearly we need them. Take a shield breaker. And we're all full up. Yep, we'll take one storm hit. That's fine. Our shields will just recharge. And then we'll come back, do it again for the credits. Yep, take that ping. And there's some compound. I don't know that we need it that badly. It's there. It'd be nice to have, I'm sure, but I don't think we actually need it. Now, how about over here? What's going on in this neighborhood? There's a turret. Easy job. And yeah, now we're gonna start spotting containers in here. Tech container right on the other side of that pillar. Some credits. It's in the rock. Okay. So we just have to go inside to handle that. Yes, yes. You're outlaw drones. You're not even a Mark II. You're not even special. As a shield booster Mark II. So what we'll do, use the current one, take that, and you know, this shield booster might be unnecessary. Yeah, you're right there.
Makes me no better than an outlaw.
I'm not your therapist.
Yeah, don't think about it, dude. The scattergun has not been very helpful. Flat cannon in the past has, so we will take that. And that's it for there. This is compound the electrical storm. Oh well. We can go without a little bit of compound. It's no big deal. And make our way to Sector 3. Our fuel is really low. Our fuel is a problem. Mineable gas? Oh well. I think we're fine with gas. For the time being, at least. And we got a suppressed jump. And the suppressor is a ways away. Seems like it's in this general direction. This is definitely where a was an outlaw drone over there, but they're several kilometers away. Some shield breakers, nice. Okay, let's pause for a second. Let our shields recharge, and this should be the only... Oh, no, it's not. Where's the thing that's shooting at us? There it is. Okay. Still no hull damage. But now we have a choice to make. We have a special tech container over there, and one over there. Energy core extension Mark III. Oh, strikingly increases your energy core's capacity. It's striking. You know what? Let's go all passive for now. And yeah, which side do you take? I think we're gonna go with this one. I mean, it's a gamble. You don't know which one is going to have the thing that you want. This one has a cube to scan. Regeneration bonus subroutine. Shock Rifle Pro. Instantly emits a ray of energy that deals low shield and hull damage. Unlock this weapon's full potential by charging it before firing, which will significantly increase the damage dealt. This special version of the shock rifle will slow down time as long as the weapon is charging. Well, we have two weapons that are really good for hull damage, not especially good for shields. The pulse laser, great for shields. And we don't necessarily want to rely on our shield breaker missiles. Those are fine, but I don't think we really want to rely on them. So we're actually going to drop the Gatling gun and try out the Shock Rifle Pro. We cannot use a cloak on this ship. Shield Mark II. Takes more energy, but everything else is better, so yeah, we'll swap. And what else was in the immediate vicinity? An ARC 9000. Yeah, let's salvage those and take that bad boy. Now, how do we get out of here? This is how we get out of here. Then carefully maneuvering towards the jump suppressor. Oh, hello. And okay, we were on pulse laser, which I didn't fully process at the time. So this is Shock Rifle Pro. And let's weave through the fire. Outlaw drone carrier. That's the sort of thing we want to just stay away from entirely. Okay, that worked. Yep. That's just one-shotting things. And also the whole, like, time slowing down effect is pretty cool. Oh, I like the shock rifle. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. I like the whole, you know, slowing down time in order to more efficiently kill your enemies. That's a nice feature for a weapon to have, I would say. And then we have our good old reliable pulse laser. That ore's fully mined. That's the sort of thing we don't want to deal with, because it has swarmed us and just destroyed us in the past. What can we build? We can build a lot of stuff now. We have really good resources. Energy injectors would be nice. Actually, I'm doing this out of vengeance more than anything, but we have a drone override. So, also let's upgrade our shield capacity as well. How do we upgrade these things? Range mods, definitely range mods. Yeah, energy consumption mod on that one, absolutely. As you can see, this is an outlaw drone carrier. It spawns drones. Then we steal the drones. We did not steal the drones. Why did we not steal the drones? You were supposed to steal the drones. So that plan didn't work. We're going to run away now. Why did that not steal the drones? Like, that's literally precisely what it's supposed to do. Oh, but oh well. Let's go visit the trader. And
All this supercharged energy is making my teeth rattle.
Likewise, but to another part of my circuitry.
how lewd. So we can buy an access key. We'll do that. We can buy crystal, which we're very short on, by trading off some gas, which we're not so short on. I feel like picking up either one is kind of a crapshoot. We'll take the crystal, and we'll just build the last two missiles because now we don't have space for more. And that is a deal. We'll do Energy Injector Mark II. And now we have a an access key. That's lovely. Lots of just stray stuff. Definitely grabbing these nanobots. Definitely grabbing this fuel. We need more fuel if we can find it. Some gas. Some mineable ore. Some scrap. Not really what we need, unfortunately. We've got some enemies that are aware of us now. Didn't one-shot him. There we go.
Multiple hostiles incoming.
And now we got enough fuel to make the jump. So that was the mission there. That wasn't a one-shot. There we go. Now let's just hope we have enough shield to not worry about the storm so much. Because we're just gonna head on out. There's no reason to stick around. Too dangerous. Too dangerous. Knuckles time. We're going into natural hazards again.
Keep an eye on your fuel gauge. We don't have enough fuel left for the next jump.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm aware of that situation and not exactly a fan of it. But we have to find some fuel naturally. Because we're not going to come across mineable fuel. There's mineable gas, but gas is not fuel.
There you are. Looks like you could use some fuel.
Yes.
Thanks. Look, I could at least know your name.
That doesn't matter right now. Perhaps another time, okay?
Alright, well, thank you, Miss Crutch, for making the game easier than maybe it needs to be, but not really going to besmirch that. We saw hostiles way up there. Honestly, with this electrical storm. We don't want to deal with that. We'll just take our fuel, call it a freebie. You know, this orbit didn't happen. It didn't happen. Don't think about it. Natural hazard, ancient depot. Will this be a terrible idea? Yes. Hello. I can't even target this. Hello. That's a lot of hits. Build new. Couple damage limiters. I don't think plasma mines are going to do us any good right now. I also don't think the Arc 9000 is going to do us any good. Now this thing is pure shield, so... Okay, that other thing is also a problem. So let's heal up. This is likely to be the end of the run. Just saying. These have a tendency to end runs. But we'll just focus fire and start running away as best as we can. That thing is also pretty dangerous, but it splits. Wow, okay. But we can destroy it, and we can get some dark energy for doing so. That's cool. Take some plasma. Okay, plasma's fully harvested. Let's do this next little ancient sigil. We survived! We survived! We didn't have to use the arc. We are damaged. Somewhat badly. But we're not dead. Which is a good state to be in. You know, the whole not dead state. That's not an access point. That is. Is there anything else around that we might want to grab? Doesn't really seem like it. So let's do it. Let's see what we get out of this. Go do your fancy, crazy stuff. Ancient weapon glyph. Okay. So, I mean, that's unusual. Now here's the real question. Do we jump just normally, knowing that we don't have much fuel? And we're in a kind of a precarious situation there. Or we could take this jump, which might be considered a gate, and so it won't cost us fuel, but it will push us like well further into the game, and we might not be ready for that. We might not be in a good enough state. Obviously we're going to do the stupid thing and, you know, take this jump. Which took us Sector 4. That's all. Oh boy. So there's a Corvette over there. There's some scrap over here. We're just gonna grab kind of as a as an avoidance technique. We got some outlaws over there. And all of this while there's an electrical storm. We're gonna jump without the fuel and just hope we live. Yeah, let's take the risk. There was a trader there, we didn't even notice. So, we can either go high risk or visit another ancient depot. I'm kind of cringing about the ancient depot. I mean, we could probably handle it. The problem is we don't have any nanobots. So, we would run a high risk. That's actually probably our riskiest, is going here. These, we have no idea what we'll encounter, but we could encounter like a Corvette. We cannot handle a Corvette with our current situation. We're not kitted out for it. So let's be stupid and do this.
My fuel tank is almost depleted.
So what are those darker things? They're moving about. They're like live. And you know what? They're live too, so we gotta get avoiding. Let's use a damage limiter. Let's do an anti-missile drone. And a shield booster. Use all of those now. And we'll keep the pulse laser out because I actually think that's the best weapon against these things.
That's an interesting life form. What is it?
Curiously, I have no data about it.
Okay, I'm now getting much too close. Yep, got too close. Thing is, it's hard to avoid the missiles when you're at that range, but it's also hard to target when you're not at that range. So it's a very difficult balance to try to walk. We managed one kill, managed to get one ancient glyph, so we have 2 new enhancements. Those we're gonna have to look at and see what they'll do for us. It's going to be, these numbers are going to get high before we actually get a complete win, but we're doing pretty stably, honestly. It's just hitting that one orbit that has the one thing that just decimates us. But general combat, we're holding out well. These new blueprints, the ship color's irrelevant. You are not helpful. You might be helpful. And they might make our next run a little bit better, which, you know, here's hoping. But for now, hope you enjoyed this run. If you did, a like would be appreciated, subscribe doubly so. But either way, ta-ta for now.